to the Unofficials Podcast. My name is Roger. I'm joined by David.
Hello.
And Ben.
Hello.
And my God, the Phillies are terrible. I don't know, we were just talking before about all the free agency signings going on, and I was really rooting for the Phillies to get Garrett Cole. David's Yankees had to get him.
Yeah.
So you got any comments on that, David?
I'm going to tell you now, World Series champs 2020. Anyways, that's me knocking on wood because I'm very superstitious. But honestly, in all news, great signing for the Yankees, the organization, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, the only thing that we really were out on was pitching this year, and, put up a good run, but we don't have the pitching aspect, and now we've got an ace for 9 years. And I think he's going to do better than Bryce Harper did, but that's just me being pessimistic about the Phillies because the Phillies suck. And
Philly sports in general just kind of suck.
oh, the Flyers are doing okay.
They're doing all right.
They're all right.
Sixers are all right.
I think they're honestly the best team in Philly right now. It's kind of sad to say.
Better than my Eagles.
Yeah.
We should talk about I'm getting off the track of baseball already, I guess.
No, we'll come back.
It's just so disappointing that I don't even want to talk about it. I mean, like you were saying, the Yankees needed pitching, but Phillies, bro, like...
The Phillies are just terrible, and you just got to accept that. And it's like accepting
we
loss.
didn't even try to pursue Cole or...
You don't have the funds.
Well, I mean, we did...
You're paying Bryce Harper $330 million. There's no way you can afford another $300 million contract, especially in Philly. Be real.
I get that.
You're dreaming, dude. You're dreaming. I'm sorry.
In a couple of years, the Phillies will have a World Series caliber team.
Can I put that on the
Cole
books?
is like he's got to think.
Yeah.
Do you want the money or do you want the ring? You know what I'm saying? Get it?
Well, he's gonna get both on the Yankees, so I don't know.
Not fair.
Dude, Yankees best team in baseball. Sorry, the best team historically.
Yeah, but
And they've always put in, what's the right word? They've always put up good seasons, especially in the past couple of years. They've been great. I mean, I can't complain. We haven't had a ring in a while, but you always make a good run. You're bound to win it eventually. Adding some more strength to that pitching rotation, especially because Domingo Germain is still under the suspension thing. I don't remember what it's called.
typical Yankees.
At least we win games, so I can't lie. I mean, listen, I said it before. I'll say it again. I'm a Phillies fan, except when they're playing the Yankees. Besides that, I don't really care. And Phillies are just like whatever, because it's my home team. But I'm a Yankees fan, right in my heart. Always. Dude, the only thing that you got going for you right now is Joe Girardi's on the Phillies for being a manager.
I was very happy about that.
That's the best move that they could have made.
It was a little ironic that he came, seeing that he beat us a couple years back in the World Series.
He just needed a couple years off. He's going to rejuvenate and going to come back, and I don't guarantee that you're going to make the playoffs next year.
I can guarantee it.
You want to guarantee it? I'll put $20 on it.
$20 on it?
$20 on
I don't know if I have $20
I'll put
right
50 on it. Jeez.
now. You don't even follow baseball.
I don't care. I'm putting 50 on it.
That they won't?
I don't know yet.
You're just throwing $50 in
I
the
just want
pot.
$50.
Honestly, they're pretty just a wild card. They could either be doing really good this year, they could be doing really bad, or they could do mediocre. Honestly, what was their record last year?
It was like a straight 500.
Yeah, so they were mediocre at best. I mean, my Yankees had like 100+ wins.
Bryce Harper.
Money pit.
MVP, baby. 2020 MVP.
You're telling me a guy that bats 220 or 250 this season is going to be the MVP next year?
You know what he's going to be batting next season? 300.
That's... okay. DJ LeMahieu batted a 323.
I'm telling you.
And he didn't win MVP.
Mike Trout, you can take a seat. Because
No.
Bryce Harper's coming for
No. Mike Trout is the greatest baseball player in the MLB right now, hands down. Hands down.
I'll give you that.
Mike Trout is insane. His wins against replacement are just imaginably stupid high. I think it triples Bryce Harper's. And Bryce Harper being the second highest paid player now.
Worth every penny, baby.
Really?
Yeah.
If he's making $330 million, his batting average should be a 330 every
And
year.
he will next year. He's got to adjust to a system.
No, the Philly system just blows. I'm sorry. It just sucks.
Gabe Kapler, and we got in.
He wasn't a bad manager. You guys just didn't like him.
You see, I was against Gabe Kapler being fired, but
I mean, you got Girardi, so I would have been against Kapler now in the long run.
well, yeah. Once we got Girardi, I was like, I'm fine with it.
No, you should have been ecstatic.
Yeah.
Girardi's an insanely good manager. I think Boone is a better move for the Yankees, but I think Girardi is a better manager.
Yeah.
Just because Boone's young, he's a younger guy. You know, he's not like older like Girardi started to get this a little bit older. He wants a new challenge. I mean, that's just the way it is.
So,
But I don't know what to say. I mean, honestly, like Girardi is probably going to lead the Phillies to maybe a wild card spot this year.
you better, man.
First round exit.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a first round exit.
I want to
But
hear it. You know what?
dude, you aren't going to an AL or an NLCS or an NLDS or a World Series this year.
We're like the next Nationals, right? We're gonna come in. Everyone's like, they can't do it. They're a first round exit.
No.
We're just gonna blow everyone by. It's not even be a competition.
That's ironic. Seeing that Bryce Harper, former Nationals player, and they did it without him.
I love this how that's in between chews too. He's just like chewing.
Wait, I got a double quarter pounder. I'm just.
He's going to
chilling.
town, dude.
I'm just chilling.
Honestly, dude, like Phillies, I think they're gonna start out kind of rough this year. I think they're gonna bring it back mid-season. I think they're gonna tank right after the All-Star break
I don't know, man.
for a while.
I think we're just gonna start off hot and we're never gonna give up. You know, it's just gonna be
162-0, right?
heck yeah, baby.
There's no way.
100+ win team, guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
We got JT Realmuto, Bryce Harper. We're pretty stacked.
Anybody else?
We
I
got
mean, listen.
Gene Segura.
Oh, you got Didi Gregorius.
Yes.
I mean, he's old. He's not really that great.
He'll probably only play a year or two, but it's all right.
He's only signed to a 1-year contract.
Well, we're gonna.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll
as much
re-sign
as we
him.
can out of that man.
Dude, he's old and he gets injured a lot.
Doesn't matter if he can hit some dingers, baby. I'm all right.
All right, buddy. Just leave that there.
I want to kind of go back to the coaches thing that you were talking about. Boone being signed by the Yankees, you know.
He don't really get signed. He's just a manager.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Anyways, you said he was a younger guy, you know, and the Phillies got a little bit of an older guy. So how do you feel about teams now kind of more looking at more like younger guys? You see a lot in football, like Sean McVay for the Rams, youngest head coach in NFL history, and now everyone's looking for that like new young.
So
Sportsmaster.
I understand. That's actually a really good topic to bring up. Honestly, it depends on the team. Teams that can be a little bit immature and diva-ish need that older, experienced guy.
Yeah.
Now,
Like the Patriots. Holy crap.
well, Bill Belichick's like 300 years old, but don't get me started on that. Honestly, it's across sports, but if you can break it down sport by sport, you know, in baseball, you need a guy who's maybe retired. You could go with a younger guy for being a manager and that, but
It's hard to find a younger guy with the expertise
yeah,
to lead a team.
especially because you have players like Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, who are kind of guys that are I'd classify as divas.
Bryce Harper.
Yeah,
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah, well, they make a lot of talk. It'd be like somebody like I think the right coach for somebody like Antonio Brown would be somebody who's more stern. If you go cross sports.
Well, that's kind of where he went.
It would be
the
like-
Raiders. He got John Gruden. I mean, he cut him. But
Yeah.
Still, he got a harsher treatment from Gruden.
And I think that's what he deserves, because, you need that... with a team that's young and mature, you can get that young guy and get him the expertise managing. But with, a player I'll go Manny Machado, because you got offended at my Bryce Harper bit. Honestly, you need an older guy. Kapler's a younger-ish guy. I think he's only 40-something, right?
I think he's in his 30s, actually.
Yeah, he's a young dude. And a young dude who isn't that much older than the players he's playing with or coaching is going to get respected. Joe Girardi is going to get respected because he's got rings. He's got winning teams. His record's insane. I mean, he turns something into nothing, and that's just the way he is.
Well, I think sports is a lot more complicated than people like to put on. You know, you got, like, the playbooks they have are massive, and then you've got coaches do so much more than just call plays from the sidelines. So when you give that to a guy who's, like, mid-30s, who's not even had that much experience in sports in the long run, you know, it's not really gonna end out too well for you. Like, now we're kind of seeing this season Sean McVay. It's not exactly what everyone was making it out to be.
Last year,
he was very good, but now he's got a very mediocre Rams team, and he's not doing too hot. So
I guess it's across sports. I think with basketball, you can have a younger guy.
Like who?
Just in general.
I don't know about that. I feel like...
Really?
Yeah, I think you need that discipline. I feel like there's more divas in basketball.
Basketball is one of the...
I guess that, but if somebody's stern enough, like a younger person is stern enough, I'm like saying younger in like 20s and 30s. Like somebody who could be an athlete.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like former players are a lot better in basketball. Like, you got Steve Kerr for the Warriors.
Yeah, that is true.
I think he's one of the best in the league right now, just because he has that game experience.
Well, I mean, we could argue that Steve Kerr actually isn't that great.
Okay, his team's like completely injured right now.
I guess, but you know what I'm saying. Like maybe he just had good players. You don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, but he has to sign the players.
Yeah, well, that's more like the GM. And
yeah, I don't know how these things work in basketball. I just know baseball and soccer.
Yeah, but you can really. You know, it's a debate to be had about if Steve Kerr is really a good coach or not.
I think yes. To make it 3 finals in a row is an achievement.
Yeah, I mean he's got good.
Well, he's not a bad coach. That's what I'm saying. But is he the
He's not the greatest in the league.
Yeah.
But I think he's definitely top 5.
I'd say top 3.
Yeah.
Well, Popovich.
Popovich is number 1, dude. I love Pop.
Popovich, Doc Rivers, Steve Kerr. That's my top.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love Popovich. I've loved him ever since, just all of his antics make me so happy. That's like, oh yeah, when you on a completely different topic, nice little segue there.
Yeah.
When you sent me that video of the soccer managers, dude, he kind of reminds me of a soccer manager. He's very animated.
Yeah.
I think that like a lot of the sports in America, it's a lot easier to have a bad year and get away with it.
Depends on your city.
Yeah, I guess it does. Like
in Philadelphia.
So in football, I think that you can get hit the can or get the can pretty quickly.
I think in any sport you can.
I don't think it's much in the MLB.
Yeah,
that is true.
And the MLB, I don't think they fire people as easily.
Yeah.
In hockey, yeah, they fire people pretty good.
Basketball, it's like every year somebody's getting fired.
Yeah. In soccer, coaches will get canned in 2 years. That's like a maximum life expectancy of a coach, unless you have a good team. But teams like we were talking earlier, that team Napoli, they had the coach, get sacked after a 4-0 win. Yeah. I don't know if I would really be able to justify that if I was firing them and be like, listen.
I don't know. That's probably a lot more than just.
Yeah, but if you think about it, I guess I really have to compare Chelsea to the Phillies.
Really?
Listen, well, at least with their manager thing. So they had Kapler last year, right?
Yeah.
And we had Maurizio Sarri. Mm-hmm. Who's the guy that was from Italy.
Yeah. And
the fans didn't really like him, and I didn't really mind him because he wasn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And he got fired just because the fans didn't like him. Yeah. Granted, they signed somebody much better that they actually liked. But also, I feel like in soccer, I feel like former players also do a lot better on the manager role. Because we have Frank Lampard, who is the coach of Chelsea, and he's his entire team. The oldest guy is 30 years old.
Yeah.
It's one guy. The rest of the average age is 25.
Yeah.
They're all young. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think in soccer you peak at older, like when you're older. I don't think you peak like in basketball and like baseball. You can peak at like 20.
I think
like mid-20s.
Yeah.
Like soccer, you peak at like 28.
Yeah.
29, 30.
Yeah, for a lot of coaches, that's kind of the thing. Like Andy Reid, I think he peaked when he signed with Kansas City because when he was in Philadelphia, I mean, he was a good coach, granted. I don't think we should have fired him, but I don't think he had reached his full potential. When he went to the Chiefs and he had Patrick Mahomes and all those guys, like, a really solid team he put together there.
Yeah.
Not doing terrible this year either.
No.
Yeah, so I think also when you're talking about coaching firings, there's a lot of times, like, people don't realize you got to give a coach time. Like the Miami Dolphins, they signed a new coach this last season, and they're still terrible. Like they're like one of the top seeds in the draft for next year. But I think like you have to give a coach time to improve a team because you're not going to be giving a team like the Bengals or the Dolphins or the Browns and expect to have a Super Bowl next year. I think that's like some kind of unrealistic expectations a lot of fans have, and I think that's why a lot of coaches end up getting fired after 1 or 2 years. Because there's just so much pressure on the team.
I think also part of it is that the people that, especially the Browns is a great example. Like the Browns signed a bunch of good guys.
Yeah.
But they have to learn how to play with each other before they're going to do anything.
Yeah, like you've got Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, Jarvis Landry, and Odell Beckham Jr. all together, which is like, on paper, one of the best teams in the NFL. But in reality, they're a mess because they've only played with each other for like, half a season. So it's like...
I give you next year, they definitely start improving.
Yeah.
Odell's already saying he wants out.
I mean, the only thing I don't like about football either is people are always changing teams, and nobody stays at a team for like more than like 3 years unless you're like Tom Brady.
Well, that's one of the things I think a lot of people like about soccer and baseball is that, people, for the most part, tend to stick with a team. Like Bryce Harper got locked up for 13 years, Cole got locked up for 9.
And Messi's been in Barcelona like his entire life.
Yeah, so it's like there's a lot of consistency. Or if it's like in football and basketball, Kevin Durant was on the Thunder, and then he goes to the Warriors, then he goes to Brooklyn, and it's like...
I kind of like that, though. I like the excitement of next year the league look completely different. But I like seeing people like a Damian Lillard or a Steph Curry that like stay on one team. But I definitely like to see people move around. It's just more exciting for me.
I think that's something that, in my opinion, like... people in soccer there's only like a few like big transfers, but the thing I do like about soccer is definitely relegation, where it's like the bottom 3 they're not even in the league next year, and it changes it up so much because people have different approaches and they've never seen these teams, they've never played these teams before. Like this year we've had Sheffield United and 2 other teams. And Sheffield United's in like mid-table. Coming out of the championship, they should be getting relegated again.
Yeah.
That's not bad. That keeps it interesting. I mean, granted, the top 6 is there.
Yeah.
Where you got your, on paper, your Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, Man U, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Now, Man U and Arsenal are just garbage. I mean, absolute crap. Because it's like... I think the top right now is Liverpool's in first, Leicester's in second, Man City's in third, and Chelsea's in fourth.
Yeah.
Man U, I think, is in 6th or 7th. Arsenal's like 5 points from getting relegated. And they've never been relegated, and they've been around for like 120 years.
Yeah.
They literally went without a win for 60 straight days.
Yeah.
It's terrible this year. And then... Spurs. Spurs is my second favorite team now because they've signed Jose Mourinho. I love him so much because he's an absolute jerk, and it makes me very happy. Because he used to, honestly, I have respect for him. A lot of people don't like him just because of the way he is. Because he's like, he can be annoying or not obsessive, but what's the right word? Overbearing almost. Like he'll like celebrate a lot and people will be like, oh, that's so disrespectful. Yeah. But I'm like, he's just happy, like he's celebrating with his team. Yeah. Honestly, I'm in full support. I mean, I respect him because he was at Chelsea, won 2 or 3 Premier Leagues, and he left. I think he's gonna make Spurs even better. Spurs haven't won a trophy in 50 years.
I do think the trash talking aspect sports, though. It does really keep it interesting. Like,
I think it does keep it interesting because then you keep rivalries alive.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Like
if there was no trash talking in sports, sports would not be nearly as fun as they are.
I wouldn't watch it. You kidding me?
Like, everybody loves the sport, but they also love the drama that goes into it too.
yeah, like
Especially when you have like Barcelona and Real Madrid,
yeah,
like El Clasico, the biggest game in the world.
yeah,
There's so much trash talking that goes on in there,
like
and I love it.
yeah, like when you saw the Browns and Pittsburgh game, like obviously, Myles Garrett shouldn't have smashed his helmet into Mason Rudolph's face.
That was just stupid in my opinion.
That was funny.
It was funny, but it was just
I
dumb.
laughed
Like,
my ass
But it made
off.
you. It made you look. It made you turn your head, and because it's a
Yeah.
rivalry and not necessarily trash talk, but any kind of
it's a simple assault.
any kind of confrontation just kind of makes you turn your ear, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I
it's a
mean,
big-
how do you
big
feel about
selling point.
Myles Garrett? What do you think should happen to him?
Definitely not play for the rest of this season. Honestly, if he never played another snap in the NFL, I don't think I'd be too disappointed.
I wouldn't
Because he could, like, Mason Rudolph could sue him. He could go to jail for that. Like, it's not.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
wouldn't. I
possibilities.
personally, if I was a commissioner, I would just ban him for life.
Yeah. Well,
You can't do that. I'm sorry. You gotta be professional.
Yeah. Well,
Especially at that level.
Yeah, if
this
you're
was-
like,
if this was like high school, like I'd
that's
say,
much different. I'd be
say,
like, okay,
whatever, like they're kids. But this guy's like what, like how old is he?
28
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
old enough. You
Well,
should know.
ish.
they have people like Josh Gordon, who was banned from the league for smoking weed. But yet Myles Garrett just gets suspended for a year for assaulting a guy on the field. It's like,
I think because Mason Rudolph didn't press charges, it
Yeah.
made it easier on Myles Garrett.
yeah. But
Now there shoot, there was something I was gonna say, but I totally forgot. There's another controversial topic, and I'll come back to it. Let's keep talking about this.
yeah, but I just think like, you know, like having. I mean, we can go into a discussion about the drug laws in the NFL and everything, but I'd say, who'd you rather have? Would you rather have a pothead playing football, or would you rather have like someone who's assaulted someone
A loose
on the
cannon.
field during the game? Would you rather have him? Playing?
Dude, definitely
It's like,
pothead. I'm sorry, but
I mean, like, you know, like I said, we can go into a discussion about drug laws in the NFL, but like at the end of the day, it's just stupid that the guys get banned for, you know, basically a harmless drug, but then some guy beats the guy over the head with a helmet, and it's, hey, 1 year, maybe you can come back. So it's like, in my opinion, not that great. And honestly, what has Myles Garrett done for the Browns?
he's
That-
he's mediocre at
Yeah,
best.
like he is one of their best players. Don't get me wrong.
But he's
but
not that good. You know what I
How
mean?
many playoff wins have they gotten because of Myles Garrett? They haven't even gotten to the playoffs. So in my opinion, it's like, what are you really losing?
Yeah,
with
you're
this
not
guy?
really losing much. I mean, it's not much you
You can
can
always
say.
sign another one guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, football. There's a lot of talent, so
Plenty of fish in the sea.
yeah, you can sign somebody that's maybe a little less or at his level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
not a major loss. In my opinion.
yeah, not really. Honestly, a
But,
major loss
yeah.
in anybody's opinion.
They still suck.
Yeah, I mean, they're still gonna not be great. They're not terrible, but they're not great. You know what I mean?
They suck to me. They don't live up to expectations.
Yeah, they don't. Well, everybody, the
I was
media overhypes everything.
Yeah, but I was excited to watch them. Like, you know.
They're all right. They're not great.
Yeah,
they're not bad.
I don't think
though,
I'd,
you know what I
like,
mean?
I wouldn't turn on the next Browns game. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Unless it's against the Steelers.
That's
Then watch
true.
that again.
I'll watch that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. You really can't say much about it.
Yeah. Well.
Love me a good brawl, though.
Yeah.
It's immature, but I love it.
Like, honestly, dude, there's in sports there are specific ways you do certain things if you're pissed off.
Yeah.
In football, you don't.
Swinging helmets isn't one.
Swinging helmets isn't one of them. I can give you the best example. In baseball, if you want to hit somebody, you just fastball right in the booty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exactly what it is. It hurts, but it's not going to injure that person. You know what I
A
mean?
little push never hurt anybody. You know
Yeah,
what
I mean,
Have you guys heard the theory that maybe Myles Garrett has CTE and that could result in why he hit Mason Rudolph over the head?
I don't know about that one.
I think it's possible. I mean, they all have.
they have
brain
all
damage.
got brain damage,
Yeah,
dude.
so I mean, like, maybe it was just kind of the reaction he had due to being hit over the head every single game. his
You
whole
really
life.
think?
So he's
I
like,
wouldn't-
no,
I think if he would
too.
plead that, I just call it an excuse if he pleaded that. Like,
No, actually he did plead. If you saw it, like about a week after the NFL, brought down their suspension, he claimed that that Mason Rudolph had used a racial slur against him, and that's why he hit him over the helmet. I mean, you can't disprove it or prove it, but the thing is, like, it was a week after. It's like, why didn't you say it, like, when it happened?
I would have been on the field saying that.
Because, like, if he had said that, like, after the game, like, like, he had called me that, like, I still wouldn't agree with him hitting over the head, but I would be...
There's a way to do everything in sports. I'd be
a bit more okay with it, you know?
Yeah, I'd been like, he's like, you know, you're pissed off, you're already getting nailed in the head and everywhere in your body.
Yeah, I mean, you still can't hit
You still can't do it. It's just professionalism.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is.
But,
I remember what I was going to talk about.
Yeah, you got to tell us.
We're going back to baseball. Did you hear about the Astros 2017?
Oh, yes.
The whole cheating scandal.
Of course we did.
Now that you all know about it, I want to know what y'all think. What should happen to the Astros if it's proven guilty?
Explain the situation to me, because I don't follow baseball.
So basically, what the Astros would do at home is they'd have a camera in center field, and it'd zoom in on the catcher.
In center field?
Like outside, or like on a wall, on the wall or something. They'd have a camera out there, and it'd be zoomed in on just the catcher, and they'd watch the signs, right?
Oh, I got you.
And what they would do is that they would take the signs, and they would have a TV in the dugout, or like a monitor, something to watch what they're doing on the signs. And it's in real time. So he's watching it. So say he drops like a changeup. What they do is they bang the trash can against the thing, so they know what was coming.
So they'd have like Morse code.
And there was blinking lights out in
So the whole team was in on this.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah, I think...
I know what I would already do to them, but like punishment-wise. But I'll let you guys go first, because I'm going to get really angry.
My opinion on it, I haven't really thought this through. I'm just like kind of spitballing off the top of my head right now. But I would say definitely have the little at-risk, thing above their name. Because, like, you won the championship. Like, obviously that takes talent, but if you cheated to get there...
I can understand that, but I'm much more harsh.
I'm wary of taking...
Did they use this in the championship? It's just proven?
They used it in the NLCS.
Yeah.
And the World Series.
I think it doesn't matter when they used it. As long as they use it during the season, like, I think it's...
Yeah, I think if you use any type of... Now, there's a difference... I have to make the disclaimer. There is a difference between actually seeing somebody's signs, like, in the field. Yeah, like, if I'm on second base and I see you drop a changeup and I do this to let you know there's a changeup, that's much different. But when you're using technology, that's so specialized in just that, where you can hit bombs right away.
So we know they were using this to their advantage.
They're not official yet, but it's very, 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 very...
I would like to know a bit more information before I was like, okay, let's take away your championship. Because
I want it to be official before, because what I would do is, you said the asterisk, I said just strip them of the title. Mm-hmm. Award it to nobody.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody have that title.
Yeah.
Because there's a big asterisk next to it.
Well, yeah. Well, like, whoever lost them doesn't want it. Probably that'd just be a terrible way to win a World Series.
Number 2 would definitely have to be, for me at least, you fire manager.
Yeah.
The acting manager.
Definitely suspensions, too.
I wouldn't suspend. I would just hand out fines.
Yeah.
If getting rid of the manager is going to be just enough.
Who are you handing out fines to?
Every single player.
Really? How much?
$3 million will be fine.
How many?
$3 million.
Okay.
It's not like...
That's like pocket change for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, maybe like the average, like the guys that are like... it should be relative to what you're making.
Yeah.
So say if you take 15% of their pay for that year. Say they make...
it hits you, but it's not like...
Yeah, say you make $10 million a year.
Yeah.
So this is like... It's like an okay player.
Yeah.
15% of that is, what, $1.5 million? It should be relative to what you're getting paid, obviously. But definitely get fined, big fines, and fire the manager.
Yeah. Well, the manager obviously should go. Like, how much were the players involved, though?
They all knew about it, and they were the ones that were banging the trash cans.
I think even, like, knowing about it and just not saying anything.
It's conspiracy. I mean, even if you're guilty by association.
Even if you never used the technology or, like, used it to your advantage, like, the fact that you knew about it and you didn't say anything.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, granted, you wanted your team to win, obviously, because that's big bonoses.
Yeah, but how far do you go?
Yeah, honestly, if it was like, I would feel guilty, honestly, doing that.
This is kind of like the same, like the Patriots. You hear about that? They filmed
The Bengals. They filmed the Bengals game last week. They were filming the coaches' signs and all these things, which is a little weird, seeing that they're facing the Bengals this upcoming weekend.
Which I will be watching.
Was it a game?
Yeah, it was a game. They came to the game and they were filming. They had a Patriots guy with a Patriots polo on in the press box, and he had a camera on the Bengals sideline.
It might be a setup. You ever think about that? It could be because like he shows up wearing a Patriots polo. That's a little. You know what I mean?
That's a little.
Here's what I think about it.
I'm not saying anything.
I think in football, it's a little bit more different watching their signs.
Yeah, but in baseball,
I feel like
it's like
signs are everything in baseball.
Yeah.
If I throw down a fastball and you know a fastball's coming,
Yeah.
you're gonna be able to crank it out of the park. You know what I mean? In football, if a play happens, there's more. What's the right word?
They can switch it up.
They can always switch it up at the last second, or they can just go play
signs.
action, or they can change their signs. That's the way it's gonna be.
And you see a lot of times in football, like coaches will talk with their clipboard over their mouth, or they'll cover something with their mouth, which they do in baseball too. They put their glove over their mouth.
Yeah.
But the catcher can't sign to the pitcher while covering his hand at the same time. So it's like, it's a lot different.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. Also, I don't like the because I know a lot of you people can go to practice. Like they can just buy tickets to go to practice at in football.
Certain ones. There's like
in
the summer they'll have a couple, but it's not every practice. But
like honestly, to be completely honest, I have to go with in football it's a lot different. There's a lot more the right word would be variables. There's more that can happen in football. There's a lot more variables, but there's less variables I think in baseball because everything's location and it's only can go so far. I mean, what your strike zone is maybe 2 feet by 1.5 feet. Like it's not very big. So to even have a clue what you were doing would be
like if you know
unfair.
Like you said before, if you know it's a fastball, like obviously you're gonna try and swing at it.
Yeah.
But like it's also like if you know it's a slider, it's a curveball or whatever. Like
so
you can
what
get
they
a good
did
idea of like where it's gonna hit the strike zone, so you'll be ready.
So what they did was they when it'd be an off-speed pitch, they'd bang the trash can.
Yeah.
So if you didn't hear anything, it was going to be a fastball.
Yeah.
But if you know even that much of a difference, that makes so much more of a difference. And, like, the stats don't lie. Like, Carlos Carrera hit, like, 327 at home, and on the road he hit, like, 223.
Yeah.
Like, the stats don't lie when you're a 0.1%. I get a team can be hard to beat at home, but, like, honestly, a 0.1% difference in a batting average is very significant.
Well, can you, like, when you're watching the game on TV, could you hear the garbage can being hit against?
Yeah, there's actually a video I watched that you can actually hear it.
I want to see that video.
I mean, we can watch it later, but honestly, I'd tell listeners to please listen to that.
Yeah.
Just look up 2017 Astros. What's the right word? Cheating proof. Yeah. Cheating proof. That's really all you need to know. I mean, that's really all it is. I mean, if you that sounds undeniable. Yeah. Because if it's caught on camera and you can hear it, like there's much. It's so much more believable than just hearing it by word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like, oh, did you guys see this?
Yeah.
Even the whole like football team stealing signs.
Mm-hmm. It's not the same.
It's not detrimental like it is in a baseball game.
It doesn't make it right. But
it doesn't make it right at all.
Same.
You're absolutely right. It doesn't make it right at all. But
it's not the same,
But it's not the same.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
What else you got?
What else we got? Well, we were going to talk about... we were actually like 30 minutes ago, we were supposed to talk about this. We were going to go to the Eagles, but then we kept going on the baseball tangent.
Yeah, we kind of just flip around in sports, and that's just the way it kind of goes. It's more of a conversation rather than anything else.
We were at McDonald's with the boys before. And
literally just us.
But we were... while we were waiting for our food, we were talking about the Eagles, and remember we were kind of trash talking once a bit. You know?
I mean you're the Eagles fan. I'm just kind of one by association, I guess.
I can trash talk Wentz as much as I want. My personal opinion, going back about a year ago, there was a big debate. Do you keep Nick Foles after he won the Super Bowl? Or do you let Wentz continue to do what he was doing and trade Nick Foles away, which is what they ultimately ended up doing. But
I don't know if it was the right call.
that's what I'm saying.
I actually agreed with you on something in Philly sports for the first time
I
ever.
believed from day one that they should have kept Foles. Because I understand why after the Super Bowl winning season, people were thinking, hey, Wentz, he could come back and continue to play. Because he had just come off... If he had not been injured that season, he probably would have won MVP. Like, he was that good during that regular season. But when Nick Foles took over, he just took the whole team to another level. So it was...
How are the Jaguars doing this year?
Terrible. But that's because here I'll go into Nick Foles.
Yeah, I want to hear your whole monologue.
I have my belief on the Jaguars and why they're doing so terrible this year. But back to the Eagles. So after they won that, they put Wentz back in the starting position, which I think a lot of people could understand because he had just come off a very good season. And he did all right. He got us to the playoffs, just barely, by the way. But when Nick Foles came in the playoffs, it was
unstoppable.
It was like a repeat. Like, we lost to the Saints on a very catchable pass by Alshon Jeffrey. I'm still mad about that, by the way.
I love how you knew exactly who you were talking about, too.
Dude, our receivers. Anyways, but it was like, I honestly think we would have won the Super Bowl this year if Alshon had just caught the frickin' ball. Like, but
you really think?
I think so, but that's besides the point. And then at the end of that season, they were like, you know what? A deep playoff run from a guy who sat in the bench all year, not good enough for us. We're going to ship him off to Jacksonville, and we're going to keep our injury-prone, mediocre quarterback in business in Philadelphia. So now I guess we can... Let's go into Jacksonville a bit. So...
Yeah, I'm just letting a monologue. It's been like 2 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, so
I'm just chilling.
I go to the bathroom and that's what happens.
Yeah, he's just been monologuing. I've said like 10 words.
Yeah, so Nick Foles went to Jacksonville. Actually, what the Jacksonville Jaguars had done before they brought in Nick Foles, they had hired Nick Foles, the Eagles' old quarterbacks coach, back from when Nick Foles first played for the Eagles when he was drafted. They brought him into Jacksonville in hopes that could kind of, build Foles up a bit more familiar in a new system. But here's the kicker I've been saying for a while now, but no one believes me. I will say it. It sounds bad when you say it, but Nick Foles is a system quarterback. And basically, it's like he fit in very well in the Eagles system. He was amazing there, but in Jacksonville, he just doesn't fit in. He's not going to play as well in Jacksonville just because the system.
Could you argue that
different.
Tom Brady is also a system player?
There's arguments to be made, but I think Tom Brady, for what he's done in the Patriots, is just too good to be a system quarterback.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I don't know if he'd be as good on another team, but he'd still be really good.
Yeah, he'd still be a top
five.
But with Nick Foles, it's like just such a drop in production from the Eagles to the Jaguars.
I think he is a system
makes
player.
Me think like he just doesn't fit in Jacksonville.
Jacksonville also is kind of a crappy team.
Yeah, I mean they're not great.
So his numbers obviously aren't. He's not going to have as many passing yards.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's hard to tell. It went from like a pretty good team to a pretty bad team.
Yeah. I think if Nick Foles had been to a team who had, a bit more of a solid team underneath it, like if he went to, if Chiefs did not have Patrick Mahomes and Nick Foles had gone to the Chiefs, he would have been amazing because he had already been with Andy Reid before. He had actually already played for the Chiefs before too, as a backup. But so he would know that system. Even the team like the Titans.
Yeah,
they're not a crazy good team, but they're all right. And, he would have fit in good there. Just any kind of team that is just very dependent on throwing the ball. And I feel like Jacksonville needs a bit more of a mobile quarterback, which is kind of what Gardner Minshew has brought with him. Mm-hmm. Although I will say another thing about Jacksonville. I know I'm going on a lot about Jacksonville.
I don't care, man. Just keep going.
But I will say I hate it when teams do this. So we see it with the Dolphins and a bit with the Bears this year, but it's when teams just kind of cycle through quarterbacks. It's like, oh, well, he lost this game, let's throw in the other guy. And it's like, he lost, let's throw in the other guy. They just keep going back and forth. Yeah. And that's kind of what's gone with Jacksonville. Like, Nick Foles is injured, they brought in Minshew, which you have to do. He played all right. In my opinion, he was a little overhyped because
for sure.
He's a good quarterback.
Great mustache.
He won them like 2 games. Like, it wasn't even...
Well, how many games did he play?
Like 6. I think they went like 2-4. Maybe he won more than that. I don't know.
For a backup, that's kind of what you expect.
Yeah, I mean, but
not great.
I think he
bad.
met expectations for a backup.
He is a rookie though. Keep that in mind.
Yeah,
but
I think he'll be good going down the road, but I think the Eagles should have traded out Wentz.
I think so now. But it sounds harsh, like especially back then because we thought Wentz had.
I mean, Wentz is a young guy, but like he's just not bringing it, and maybe it's a bit premature, but
well, he's a couple years into his career now. I think it's kind of fair to start coming with the criticism because he's not that young player anymore. When you have guys like Deshaun Watson and
Lamar Jackson,
especially Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson,
I love
insane.
When you can,
I've literally been telling people, dude, this guy is good, really good.
You know, we spent a lot to get Carson Wentz. It took us a lot to get there, but
is he really worth it anymore?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when you,
I say just cut your losses, man.
Well, the thing is, it would have made sense to trade Wentz away when Foles was there. But now that there's no one really to replace Wentz, we don't really have an option.
Who even is their backup?
Who's
Josh McCown?
Oh,
he's 40 years old. You don't want him being your starter.
Yeah, unless he's Tom Brady.
Although he did lead one good drive when we started him once after Carson Wentz went into the concussion tent, and I was like, maybe it'll be a Foles situation of a 40-year-old guy just take us to the.
How old is Foles? He's not 40.
Nah, he's in his early 30s.
Yeah, he's not even that old.
Yeah.
Like for football, he's getting up there, but
he's not that old.
Maybe for a quarterback, like Tom Brady's just on a different planet.
That will be one of the greatest what ifs in history. What would happen if Nick Foles had stayed in Philadelphia?
I think they would have been a mediocre team.
We would have 2 Super Bowls if Nick Foles had stayed. Yes.
You would have been a playoff team for sure, but it's 2 Super Bowls.
Definitely a playoff team. Definitely not a first round exit.
We would be a top 5 team in the NFL right
You'd be
now,
a top 5 team. I'm going to tell you that right now. Honestly, Foles, I don't know what happened.
It's just
he was just good in the system, and that's sometimes you just gotta respect it, and you gotta get rid of players that you might like.
And I love Nick Foles. He's probably my favorite player in the NFL, if I'm being completely honest. But I do think that Jacksonville really needs to kind of look around and be like, maybe even though we paid an ungodly amount of money for Nick Foles, maybe Minshew's the guy for the job here, but Foles. I feel like there's other systems that would work better for Foles. I know the Chargers are going to need another quarterback, Philip Rivers.
Philip Rivers is ancient, isn't he?
He might. He's getting up there. So he's
been playing.
He's probably going to retire at the end of this season or next season. I mean, Redskins, they got Dwayne Haskins, but is he really that good?
We need Smith.
They need anybody at this point.
Yeah, so there's a
AP,
lot of,
baby.
There's a lot of teams that could use a quarterback like Nick Foles, but
honestly, I think Nick Foles was just dropped in a position where he had to play.
He's put on a bad team too.
Well, no, I'm talking about when they won the Super Bowl.
Oh, and won the Super Bowl.
He was dropped in an all right position, and he dug out of the grave and basically led that team to an ungodly Super Bowl win.
Nick Foles is the greatest backup quarterback of all time, and you cannot change my mind on that.
I don't know backup.
I don't know backup quarterback, so you got me on that one.
Exactly, you cannot.
Imagine having Tom Brady and Nick Foles, dude. Brady gets injured, you just put in Foles.
I mean, hey, honestly,
that's depth.
Would Belichick take Nick Foles if he was offered to him? Do you think he would do it?
I don't know. Brady's gonna be around forever.
What if? Hold on. What if? Let's just think of what if. There's
so many what ifs.
There are some rumors that Tom Brady
is retiring this year.
Either retiring, probably not retiring, but they might trade him actually to another team.
I could see it.
But would Belichick try to make a deal with Jacksonville? Maybe send Brady down to Florida and bring Foles
Brady's got to have some kind of no trade clause if he doesn't want to go to that team.
He's only on a 1-year deal.
So his contract runs up this year?
His contract's over this year, so they can either re-sign him.
No way he was on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, they extended him at the end of last season.
Oh, they extended him? Okay.
Yeah, so it was a 1-year.
I didn't hear that much buzz about it.
Yeah, but
I don't know if they'll... if his contract runs up, they have to re-sign him anyways to trade him.
Yeah, so
because he'll become a free agent if they don't re-sign him.
Yeah. Well, Brady would want to re-sign at the Patriots, so they're going to have to sign him either way. But
so if they want to trade him, they're going to have to re-sign him.
Yeah.
And then it'll be his decision if he wants to come back.
But the thing is, Patriots don't pay Tom Brady what he's worth, really, I don't think. So they can afford the loss that they would have in...
How much does he make a year?
a lot.
It's on it, but no, when you look at guys like Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson, he doesn't even make that much compared to them. He's not even in the top 5 top paid NFL players.
I don't think he's doing it for the money at this point.
I know
he's just doing it for the rings.
He's one of the few players who just
wants to play.
He just wants to play and he loves the game. And I think that's like one of the things that people like don't really realize about Tom Brady. He's that good. You know, if I got a feeling like I'm not trashing any like the greats from the past, but if you got someone like Joe Montana or John Elway and nowadays NFL, they'd be paying him like $80 million a year, crazy amounts of money. But I think Tom Brady just showed a lot about his character that he would.
I think also Tom Brady gets a lot more money from endorsements.
Yeah, you don't really see him on a ton of ads, but he does make bank off that.
Yeah, it don't matter, man. Like even Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi, they make like millions off of just an Instagram post.
Yeah,
just say I tried this product, I use it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tom Brady also runs his own like nutrition business too.
Yeah,
that really breaks in the dough.
His like routine is crazy.
Yeah,
TB12.
TB12. Yeah, I mean,
I actually thought about buying that book. Not gonna lie.
How much is it?
It's probably $15.
It can't be that much.
I really hope Darren doesn't hear this podcast.
Giving like Tom Brady like all the
love. He doesn't get 45 minutes in and realize that I'm just kissing up to Tom Brady this whole podcast.
See, Tom Brady's the best quarterback of all time. You can kiss up to him.
Okay.
I can live with that. Who surpasses Tom Brady?
It hates me to say this as an Eagles fan, but
Nobody. Thank you.
There a lot of people dispute that. They'll be like, but
yeah. Well, the thing is that like
Brett
people like
Favre, anybody?
Dude, Brett Favre can go dig his own grave now with his brain injuries.
Hot take here: Brett Favre's Viking years were the best of his career.
No, they weren't.
Brett Favre should have just blown his head up. I hated him.
What do you hate Brett Favre?
I just don't like him. I never liked him.
I liked him. I loved him on the Packers. So when he started coming back, he's like, "I'm retired." He's like,
That's what I don't like.
Fooled you again. I'm coming back. Hello, Vikings. It's like, come on.
And then the Jets. He came to the Jets for 1 year, and that was probably the worst year of football I've ever seen.
Yeah, Brett Favre was just not good, dude. I'm sorry.
He's obviously a Hall of Famer, but like,
it just didn't feel right.
I think it really like kind of put like a shadow over his legacy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of like.
It's like a guy like I don't like the guys that just like. You know, they play like great for their entire career.
Imagine and
then like they play like 1 year and then they just end their season on that, like end their entire career just on that crappy season.
Eli Manning.
Kind of like.
Is he retiring this year?
He probably will, or he'll get traded.
Like Michael Jordan come back to the Wizards. Like if he had ended his career in the Bulls.
No. Give that one worse. Michael Jordan going to play baseball.
Oh yeah, that was stupid, man. Why'd he do that?
Dude, nobody realizes that he played baseball too.
Yeah, it's like what White Sox, right?
He didn't even play.
What was his position?
He played second base.
I mean, to make it into 2 professional sports leagues ain't easy.
They just signed him for the jersey. He played in Chicago. Obviously, wasn't that good.
Yeah, but
I don't think he even made it past AAA.
Yeah, like how many players can say like, "Hey, I made it into 2 professional leagues"?
Reggie Jackson,
Tim Tebow.
Dude,
he's the most mediocre player in all of sports.
Who is
Tim Tebow?
I think Tim Tebow is one of the best all-around athletes of all time.
But he can't play one sport.
No, he's not.
Well.
Yeah, he's not. I think football is probably.
It's like me saying I play soccer, baseball. I played basketball, but I'm better at baseball.
But you have no. But Tim Tebow has no.
He has a specialty.
Yeah.
He's like the best mediocre player at all sports. Like
he wasn't a bad quarterback when he played those few seasons.
And he's not bad at baseball. He's really not.
He's a good minor league player.
He's a good minor league player. I don't know if I'd ever bring him up.
When he made it to the NFL, he just really didn't adapt his style to fit an NFL team. Like he's a mobile quarterback. Obviously, but he was still playing like he was playing in college.
Hot take of the day. My hot take of the day today, which I would love to let you all argue about, is
let's hear it.
If you put Tim Tebow in the NFL in his prime right now, he'd be the best quarterback, hands down.
That's a good joke.
Listen, it's not crazy. I'm not crazy.
I think he'd be all right. Like if you put him in the he might be like a second string.
Listen. College players anymore aren't adapting their game. They're staying in the same game. Lamar Jackson has not changed since he's come into the NFL. People hate him because of that, but what do the numbers say? What do the numbers say?
Let me explain. Remember Cam Newton? He was blowing up a couple years ago. Everybody's saying he's like the next like he was the next big thing, and he just kind of fizzled out because like he runs the ball all the time, he gets injured, he comes back, and it just doesn't change anything. He doesn't want to stay in the pocket, and that you slowly kill your career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think Tim Tebow would have been the hottest quarterback right
What do
now.
you mean the hottest quarterback? Most talked about or most talented?
Yeah, definitely most talked about.
Well, most talked about isn't like.
I think
Most
he'd be in the
talked
top
about what,
5 in performance and number 1
I feel like he was.
in the people that are talking about his performances overall.
Yeah, but I feel like a majority of his fame was from his off-court stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
off the field.
he was he took the Broncos to the playoffs. Like, good job, but I don't know.
I think people don't adapt their game as much as they used to. People, because listen,
The league is different. I'll give you that.
the league is different from when they started, where you could be 18, you could go to the NFL.
Yeah,
Now you got to go to college.
I kind of miss me didn't have to go to college. Like LeBron getting drafted right out of high school. I know, I mean that's not football, but like I like.
It's like LeBron and Kobe. Now
it
they
just
do
gives
the
it more-
one
it's-
and done.
It's more exciting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think Michael Jordan didn't go to college. Did he? I'm not sure.
he's older than LeBron and Kobe.
Yeah,
be
yeah.
real.
I don't think he went to college.
No, he didn't go to
If
college.
I'm wrong, I look really stupid.
Yeah, well, you don't look stupid. We just sound stupid.
Yeah, whatever. You can't see me.
Yeah. Woo. How many fingers am I holding up?
Did
Anyways.
you heard the hot take?
On Tim Tebow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that.
What do you think? Because your brother's trying to fight me on it.
On Tim Tebow being the best quarterback in the league if he's in his prime.
Oh, what? Yeah, you mean his prime? Or like,
Today, right now,
Right
if
now.
Tim Tebow was
With
in his prime,
Oh,
he'd be the best
So
quarterback.
we're talking the year
right
like
now.
he went to the playoffs with the Broncos. Okay.
Even around that time.
Okay. I wouldn't say he's the best in the league because there's so much talent in the league.
maybe a
but
top 20.
He'd be a top 10 if he was in his
I'd say
prime.
top 5.
That's a good joke.
Well,
Dude, I don't understand.
We gotta-
Your hot take, you're just like preaching to the choir. I'm trying to make the hot take be like, hey, listen, this could happen.
if we're talking in today's
could.
NFL though, who would be ahead of him? Obviously Tom Brady,
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Russell.
Russell Wilson, Jimmy Garoppolo.
I don't know about Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo.
He's a god.
He's a god, but nobody really.
Aaron Rodgers would be ahead of him.
Oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers is killing it.
I think he'd be number 5.
I think he'd be like somewhere in the late top 10.
I don't think so.
You have Patrick Mahomes too. Deshaun Watson.
I think he'd be Deshaun Watson. He's number 6.
He could be Deshaun. Have you seen Deshaun Watson's numbers this year?
Yeah, but even if it don't matter about that.
Well, how much? Let's put it this way.
Well, we can't put him on a team either. Because there's
Well,
no.
how
Because it all
much?
depends on the team too. Because if you put him on a team like.
Let's just say he's on the Broncos because the Broncos don't even like have a good quarterback right now. Let's just pretend he's
Who
on
even
the
is the
Broncos.
Broncos quarterback?
Drew Lock. He's all right. He's a rookie.
Like,
What do you want from him?
honestly, like, I don't know. I think he'd be 5 or 6.
What do you think his numbers would be? That's what I'm saying. Like, what would his pass completion percentage be? Let's just say
30%.
100%.
100%.
Perfect.
Because he'd run all the time.
Yeah.
And then
I'd throw one pass all game and just run the rest of the time.
Basically, the
exactly.
Ravens' offense. Am I right, fellas?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I love Lamar Jackson and all,
I mean, I like Lamar Jackson, but in general, running quarterbacks kind of annoy me.
He has this year. He has really brought down the running a bit compared to what he was doing last year. But
in college, he was just.
he's
But like a
you can
quarterback
kinda-
like RG3
yeah.
just kind of pisses me off.
But
Like,
you
no
can-
hate to RG3, but
Yeah.
like, come on.
They're actually on the same team now. But you can
RG3's like, what, 3rd string now?
yeah. But you can
Like, he's there, but
Yeah.
he's not there.
You can compare Lamar Jackson to someone like Michael Vick, though. Michael Vick he did have injuries, but they weren't like RG3 type injuries, you know? And that's-
RG3 was out for like a whole season.
Like, Lamar Jackson will get injured at some point. I don't think anyone's debating that, but I don't
No,
think
I'm not debating
I don't
that
think
at
he's
all.
an RG3 type guy who's just like consistent injury, you know? I think he's going to be like a Michael Vick. He'll get knocked down.
Derek
He'll get
Rose.
knocked down a bit, but he'll come back. And he'll
Derrick
be
Rose is
just
still
good.
pretty good.
I think my hot take still from last week was Derek Rose would have been better than Steph if he didn't get injured all the time.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Not sufficient as a score.
But the
That was efficient on scoring, but I think he would have been better than Steph.
Well, let's just say this. You know, you have Golden State with Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, all those guys.
Zaza.
If you took Steph Curry out of that and
put it
threw
in Derek Rose.
Derrick Rose in his prime, How many championships would that team win?
Not as many, because he doesn't fit the mold.
I think they'd win more.
I think they would have beat the Cavs every time.
No.
Hands
Because
down. Yes.
you got...
Yes.
You got...
Yes.
You got...
I'm going to turn
Like-
into Stephen A. Smith.
You need, like, a 3-point specialist on that team. I mean, Steph Curry just fits perfectly into that. D-Rose is kind of fits in there, but I feel like he's better in his inside and mid-range game.
drive very well.
Yeah. But, like, they got drivers. They got some good big men on that team. Oh, we're talking, like, old school Warriors, though, right? I'm not old school, but, like, back
When they were good.
Back when they had KD,
they were actually a good team.
Like last year.
Yeah, you got, like, KD who can drive. You got,
But Katie can shoot.
Igala, Draymond Green. Like, you need Klay Thompson and Steph Curry together. You need that chemistry, and they're both great 3-point
What if you
shooters.
just took Clay out and just put Derrick Rose and Steph Curry on the same team?
They'd win a lot of championships.
That might be better. I'd take Klay out over Steph.
Yeah, you take Clay out, you put
need-
Steph
'cause
and Derrick Rose
Steph-
in there.
Those 3 rings. Was it 3 rings they got? Or however many rings they got. Steph, like, it still boggles me that he didn't get an MVP for any of those, because he carried those teams.
I mean, he still carries when he's here, but
Yeah. But Steph's not the kind of guy who can carry an entire team like LeBron James can.
I think it's just on personality. Like, LeBron has a much more...
He's more of like he's got a leadership personality.
Yeah, and Steph's kind of like a... Not really, I wouldn't say a follower, because he still has, like, his...
He's a leader.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as vocal about it,
It's
though.
not
Like,
as strong as his
Well, I mean,
presence.
Yeah.
we only see what we see on TV. We don't know what the locker room's
Yeah.
like. But just from what I see LeBron as a bit more of a, kind of an authority figure. Like, when you just see him, you're just like, that guy's in charge. You see Steph, you're kind of like, he's there. You know?
he's there, but he's not like...
I don't know. Who I
He's
really-
not a vocal or very showy leader. You can be a leader and not show what.
Yeah,
like, what
I
you're doing.
don't doubt Steph's leadership skills, but when you look at him compared to LeBron, you gotta.
That's the one knockout against Kawhi Leonard is he doesn't lead a team.
He plays some very good basketball.
He plays very good, but he just lets his game speak for itself, and he doesn't really. I don't know what goes on in the locker
You
room.
think James
but
Harden can lead the team?
I don't know.
He can lead them in scoring. Apparently, he can't win many games.
He can score 60 points, but is he really a leader?
He'll shoot like 30%.
Well, him and Westbrook together was probably the worst idea I've ever seen in basketball.
I would put Greg Popovich in charge of that team, dude.
If you had,
Just shut him down quick,
you
boys.
can't put 2 ISO players in one team.
It doesn't work
It
because
just-
their game, both of their play styles, they need to have the ball like the whole game. Like Westbrook's just running around, doesn't know what he's doing. He's still playing pretty good, but like on OKC.
See, I would
he
have
had the
got.
ball the whole time.
Where's Harden now?
Rockets. He's been on the Rockets.
He's always been there, except for
And Westbrook went to the Rockets.
Yeah, yeah.
I would have just
traded.
I would have traded him right off the bat. I just
Westbrook?
used him as
Really?
I was using him as a trade token.
For who?
Anybody
would've-
besides
I
Westbrook.
would have traded Westbrook to the Heat for Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, that's much better. That's a much better deal.
I think that's because he just fits in the system better. Actually, there's reports going around that Jimmy Butler ghosted the Rockets. They wanted him initially, and he just said nothing and went to the Heat.
what about Westbrook for Tobias Harris? He would fit in great in Houston.
Westbrook would not fit in Philly.
Yeah, but I'm
I
saying
would
Tobias
not
Harris would fit
No.
very well in Houston.
Yeah, I would not take that trade.
What-
That's a dumb trade for the Rockets. Even though if you don't like Westbrook is 10 times the player Tobias Harris will ever be.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't
no,
know.
I mean Tobias Harris is like he's a good player, but like,
He's not that great.
yeah, I wouldn't sell the house to get him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Honestly, like, what was I going to say? Like, you got a guy like Westbrook. Westbrook is a good individual player, but you just got to put cheap around him and basically just give him the ball the entire
Yeah, I
time.
think he plays well with a co-star. I think
I as soon as Kevin Durant left OKC, Westbrook's numbers took off better.
yeah,
he didn't have to share the ball.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to put him in a sheet.
Who was he giving the ball to on OKC? Nobody. So he could put up just triple doubles.
Yeah. Everybody says those triple doubles are hard to obtain, and they are.
It's the most pointless stat in all of basketball.
Yeah.
Like, you don't win games with a triple double. I mean, you can, but like when you average a triple double every game, and you're always a first round exit, like maybe you should try a different plan.
Yeah, and because nobody else is as much of a finisher as a rebounder assisting as he is. Because he's like... Honestly, probably the reason he got assists was because if the teammates touched the ball on offense, they were going to shoot it right away.
Yeah.
Because they don't get to shoot ever.
I mean, he is going to get a lot of assists on the Rockets for sure because, like, as soon as the player gets the ball, they're either shooting it or driving it. So, like, your assists are going to go way up. But
Well, I mean, like...
I think he does fit very well into the Rockets system. It's just him and James Harden. I feel like they're going to clash. And I think we saw that already. Especially in the beginning.
You gotta leave Harden open and just let him shoot.
Yeah, I
I
feel like Westbrook should evolve his style, and Harden should kind of keep doing what he does because
I think Harden's better than Westbrook.
Yeah, I think if I had to give somebody the final shot, it'd be Harden over Westbrook.
Yeah, absolutely. I let Harden take that all day.
Uh-huh.
I'm not really a Russell Westbrook fan. I just don't really like. He's okay. He's like oh, he's all right.
I'd take Chris Paul over him, honestly.
You take Chris Paul?
Yeah, I'd take Chris Paul.
Over who?
Westbrook.
Nah.
Really?
No.
I
Chris Paul's old, man.
Maybe if we put them at the same age.
They were at the same age, I'd still take Westbrook.
Really? Chris
He has
Paul
a
and the
much higher-
Clippers, though, was amazing.
Yeah,
Chris Paul and the Clippers was incredible.
It still shocks me how that team didn't win a championship. That was such a stacked cast. You got Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, who else did they have? J.J. Redick in his prime.
DeAndre Jordan.
They had DeAndre Jordan.
I like DeAndre Jordan.
It was just too good to be true. It was like when Kobe teamed up with Dwight Howard and Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was there, but it was like...
It was just too good to be true. Which is why I'm kind of wary of the Clippers this year. It's just a little too good to be true.
Yeah.
No, I think they're a top 5 team in the West, but I think come playoff time, they're just going to kill them all.
Yeah, I mean...
Because they have so much depth.
I love how
so much playoff experience. They're just going to... Lakers, they're a good team right now.
They got LeBron.
Yeah, but I don't know. They don't have as much depth as the Clippers do. So I think they definitely make it to the not the finals, the
playoffs.
The whatever you call it, the game.
Western Finals?
Yeah, the Western Conference Finals. I think they'll make it there. I think it'll be them and the Clippers, and Clippers win that. I say Clippers and Bucks.
Clippers and Bucks.
Clippers and Bucks.
Lakers and Sixers, baby. Yeah, Sixers win it in 4.
Yeah, I wish.
I'll put $1 million. That don't happen.
Sixers,
baby. We're going all the
they're
way.
a good 5th seed, which is hard.
Sixers are 5th.
I say 5th seed. I
First
don't know.
place, baby.
Dude, no
Come on, man.
way.
We're gonna have in March. We're just gonna take off. You're never gonna hear the end.
No
of it.
way.
When they do, I will be on this podcast and I will let you know that you were wrong.
Yeah, we couldn't even play the old footage. You can listen to me be wrong. Honestly, it don't really matter, man. I don't care much about basketball in the first place.
No.
So if you have to be right about something for the first time in your life against me, listen, audience, I called Garrett Cole going to the Yankees way back. Literally after the World Series was over, I went, Garrett Cole's going to the Yankees. Everybody went, no way. He's going west. Boris Company has it. Brandon, my goodness. But it's the same thing. I went, nah, Brandon, watch. Listen, it's going to happen. He goes, I don't know, man. I don't think it is. And I go, watch it. Yesterday, actually this morning.
I don't know. This morning, yeah.
This morning.
I got the notification.
Garrett Cole signs 9 years, $325 million. I went, well, actually I can't say what I first said, but, because it'd be self-incriminating. I went, yeah, all right, we have Garrett Cole. Now time to rub it in everybody's faces. Because I knew it was going to happen. It was easy to see that he was going to the Bronx. And there's several reasons for that. A, he wasn't in a good relationship with Houston. He obviously not re-signing. B, Boris Company is Western biased, but when you got guys like CC Sabathia, Andy Pettit, who are all in the similar situation, and the Yankees are just playing those strings over there with the cash in their hand, you best believe he's going there.
That was probably
when you got greats like CC Sabathia, Andy Pettit, great pitchers, guys that were core to the team. like that talking to you about this is New York and we love it here.
Yeah.
An obvious choice.
That was a terrible notification to wake up to.
I love that. I was so happy.
I just looked at my phone and I was like, gosh darn it.
Dude, you were like, Phillies won't be able to sign anybody ever. I'm like, well, you got Bryce Harper, $330 million.
I was expecting more this offseason. I thought we were going to get pitchers.
You're not getting anybody.
We got Wheeler and I was like, that's it?
He's not bad. I'd take Wheeler, too.
Hey, we might still have a shot at Strasburg, though. Hey.
He just signed.
Did he?
He signed with the Nationals.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, that was like 4 days ago.
Shut up. Don't talk to me anymore.
And Rendon might be going to the Bronx, too.
Hey, man,
but...
I was very mad when we signed that guy from the Yankees.
Didi Gregorius.
I don't even know his name. That's how much I care.
I mean, he's good. He's not bad.
He's not red on good, though.
Rendon might be going to the Angels.
Oh, if he teamed up with Mike Trout, they might actually go into the playoffs. They wouldn't get that far, but they might get to the playoffs.
I think they'll be very good if they sign Rendon.
I feel so bad for Mike Trout.
Mike Trout just gets paid bank to be on a crappy team.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, any other team would pay him that amount, too, to be on the... So
oh, yeah.
I don't know...
No, but no team can afford him.
I don't know exactly why he stayed. That's what I'm wondering. Like, he could have gone anywhere. Literally anywhere. Could have come with the Phillies, you know? Little Bryce Harper, Mike Trout team.
Yep. Strasburg signed a 7-year, $245 million deal with the Nationals on Monday.
How many years?
7 years.
We'll get him at the end of that. Don't worry.
Dude, he's going to retire at the end
Shut
of that.
up.
He's already old, dude.
We'll find a way. We'll buy out his contract or something. It's all right.
It says that Yankees have the best chance right now of being able to win the World Series.
I don't doubt it. They'll get there, but they'll lose to the Phillies.
Oh, no. No, not even close.
I think, a team that's going to be really good next year?
In what sport?
Baseball.
Who?
The Brewers.
Nope.
You don't think so?
Nope.
I think so.
Nope.
I think they'll be really good.
Nope.
You never know, man.
Yankees just had God himself on the mound. I mean...
Yankees probably have the best pitching.
Yeah, Angels pushing to sign Rendon tonight.
I wouldn't doubt that he'd sign there. I would sign there if I were him. It's a promising team if they just get a few more pieces.
They have... Who is it? The Asian dude.
I don't know. I don't know Angels players.
Shoot. The Asian pitcher.
Couldn't tell you.
They have him, and he's good. Why am I blanking on his name now? Honestly, Shohei Ohtani. Why did I forget that? Who hits and pitches.
Is he a good hitter?
He's alright.
I mean, what's he averaging?
Like 220.
For a pitcher, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but he came over as a two-way player.
Yeah.
So, it's not that great. You're telling me that the Phillies team that didn't even win their division, where are they at? National League? Oh, they're pretty close to the edge.
You see what's going to happen, though, is Nationals are going to have a slump after winning the World Series. Braves are going to have such a loss in confidence because they were basically a first-round exit in the playoffs that, the Phillies were in prime position to take that division.
No, listen.
Things are looking up.
You want me to tell you I'll tell you by divisional things what I think is going to happen. Yankees win the East.
Of course. Interesting.
Obviously. Easy 100 win team. Easy.
Just like my Phillies.
Minnesota, honestly, I could see Minnesota or Cleveland winning the Central for the American League.
I'm saying Minnesota.
League. I go Minnesota. They had a good year. They had a really hot streak at the end of the season. I say, honestly, if the Angels sign Rendon, I say that Houston wins it by a nose.
We'll see. I mean,
or
pitching is
Oakland or the Angels win it. Honestly, I don't see them going much farther.
I think Houston's.
I think they're in decline now.
Yeah, well, especially with the cheating scandal and everything.
Yeah, in the National League, Atlanta wins that hands down. Atlanta is insane, dude. You cannot tell me they aren't.
They're insane, but the Phillies, man.
Dude, the Phillies that ended at 81-81, perfect 500, 16 games behind, are gonna win their division.
Could happen.
Yes.
Could happen.
Yeah, maybe if you were smoking weed. I'd just giggle a lot.
Clears your mind, bro.
And obviously in the National League, the Cardinals are going to win again. The Brewers, I don't think are going to win it.
You don't think so?
No, because even when they lost Yelich, they were fine. They were 7-3.
Yeah, I mean
they didn't play bad at all. One guy doesn't make an entire lineup. They'll win the wild card.
Yeah,
but I don't think they're going anywhere. Obviously, the Dodgers are going to win the West. The West is possibly the worst division ever because you got a team like the Dodgers who are 106-56, and their next best team is the Arizona Diamondbacks who are 85-77.
Dodgers are not clutch at all, though.
Oh my goodness. We were talking about Joe Kelly like a 23 ERA, and Clayton Kershaw isn't much better.
Kershaw's awful.
Honestly, I'd hate to give it to you, but I think one of the hardest divisions is definitely not the National League East, where the Phillies are.
Hey, we gotta.
Honestly, if I had to go on East, it's definitely the National League West, National League Central, American League West, National League East. American League East would probably be like in the middle somewhere because like your top three teams are pretty good, but like the Blue Jays and Baltimore are just garbage.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at. I don't think there's really one hard division that stands out really bad. I know like the worst team, which I was expecting the Phillies to be. I mean, Detroit was like 53 games behind. You don't come back from that. But honestly, that's really, I don't know. We're going to see how things play out.
Yeah.
And we're just going to figure it all out and, see how the season plays and how the players do and whatever.
Yeah.
But you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we're good. We got about over an hour here. So.
All right, good.
Yeah, so this has been the third episode of the Unofficials Podcast. So thanks for listening, and next one's coming soon.